Mismatched at its very core was always a very young, sweet, lovable show, and it's still that. But there's a challenge in making it even more than that, and I think that's what we've done. We've retained the core and given the audiences more, and the love is still there, the drama is still there, the relationships are still there, the confusion is still there, the youth hopefully is still there. Even though we've aged, I hope that young kind of feeling is still there. So I'm really excited, and I hope you guys enjoy it when you see it. Hi, my name is Vihaan Samat, and you're watching Mirchi Plus.
Hi everyone, this is Siddharth Shukla from Mirchi Plus, and today we have with us Vihaan Samat, an amazing cast from Mismatched. Hi Vihaan, welcome to Mirchi Plus.
Hi, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah. So, how's your morning? How's everything going?
Good. I ate dragon fruit. That's always one of my favorite morning meals. So I'm happy. I'm in bliss.
Nice, nice. So, Vihaan, first of all, many congratulations. Your character from Mismatch season one actually got a lot of a lot of praise. People actually noticed it's an amazing character. Besides the other cast, your character is also someone who actually popped out and people started noticing and they actually liked your character. And
Thank you.
Mismatch season two is coming. So, would you want to tell us about anything about your character or what is new that's we are gonna see in Mismatch season.
I think I mean, I said this in a in a Instagram post, but if episode season one was the appetizer, then season two is the whole menu. I think the creators have taken the show to an entirely different level in terms of production value, in terms of fleshing out character arcs, in terms of weaving the storylines, in terms of hitting the emotional moments. So Mismatched at its very core was always a very young, sweet, lovable show, and it's still that. But there's a challenge in making it even more than that, and I think that's what we've done. We've retained the core and given the audiences more, and the love is still there, the drama is still there, the relationships are still there, the confusion is still there, the youth hopefully is still there. Even though we've aged, I hope that young kind of feeling is still there. So I'm really excited, and I hope you guys enjoy it when you see it.
Yeah, hopefully, for sure. And you're actually right. It's kind of difficult to live up to the expectations, especially when the first thing that got so much praise, got so much love
Yeah.
by the fans. But I'm very sure we are surely gonna see something extremely, something new and something refreshing in the
Yeah,
second
it
season.
is. It is actually, I mean, for the creators, I think it's a catch-22 because something is working so well, then you have to make another copy of it. How much do you change it? Like,
Yeah.
what are you risking by changing it? So I think the decisions they've made are quite good, and I think you're going to see a lot of new relationships between characters,
Oh, is that nice?
between some characters.
Yeah, yeah. Got it. There's this amazing, very infamous or famous coffee scene in the season one.
Yeah.
Let you tell me if you have to, if you have to throw a coffee. There are some people. There are sometimes when you just feel like throwing out. It could be coffee
Yeah.
also. Has
Yeah.
like has there been a situation where you actually felt just
I feel like those moments when like someone you're walking in the rains in the monsoon, and then koi badi gari dekhe, they splash some water on you and they just speed away.
tell me about
Then
it?
I wish I can like take a rope and like bring them back and then slap them on two times and then set them away. Or like throw or like take a scoop a little bit of rainwater and then throw it on them in return.
Yeah.
But actually in life I've been kind of blessed that way. I'm not very angry as a person, so I don't immediately like knee jerk react. I usually think things through. I know I've never got into like a. I don't think I've got into a physical fight in the past, like, I don't know, 20 years. I've not gotten into altercations at bars, like none of that. I've been very like calm as a person. So thankfully that's not happened to me. But once, just for fun, I want to do it once. बस
Yeah.
ऐसे ही मतलब कर दिया.
Yeah, you feel like doing that. I personally feel like doing that. Just pulling them back and take this water. Now you feel the taste of it.
Yeah. Maybe Holi counts. you know?
Yeah, just around Holi we can do it. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
गुब्बारे तो मैंने बहुत फेंके.
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's fun. So Vihan, tell me something. Could you take us through the audition process? How, like, when, what was the first time you got a call for the audition, or you were directly logged in, or what is
Yeah.
the procedure like?
So I had auditioned for Panchami Ghavri's office before, so they
Hmm.
knew me.
Hmm.
And I had also basically met Akarsh Khurana, the director,
Yeah.
when I had just come back from America and
Hmm.
I wanted to act in India.
Yeah.
And I remember I went to him and he was so gracious and he met me and I spoke to him for a long time and I said, look, I mean, I've got training. I know what I like to do. I love the kind of work that you do. Please, I would love to work with you. And he said, okay, sure. I mean, like whenever there's something, I'll call you. And then I went and saw his play, Take the Hen, which is still running. They've got a couple of shows in
It's
Bangalore right
amazing.
now.
Yeah.
And I said I love the play, and I understood his style of acting and his template and tone. And he said, "Great, it's nice that you like it, which means we're a good fit." And we also bonded over the fact that we went to the same school when we were
Oh yeah.
kids. So, and he was the head boy and also like he's got, and his brother's also in AVM. So there's the familiarity. So once we spoke, I mean, nothing happened for 2 or 3 months. And then randomly out of the blue, Panchami's office called me. I guess Akash and her were chatting and about who to audition, and they both decided that, Akash recommended that I should come in. And I came in for the audition. I did it with Shahzad, the assistant at the time. And the first two scenes, actually, I did without an accent. I just spoke like this, like how I normally speak. They said कि character बंदा मतलब American है या कुछ है,
Yeah.
मतलब they
That's
said
the
something. He
similarity.
wasn't sure if it wasn't sure if he actually was American. So I just did it the way I did, or like, is he born in America, but then he came here 2 years old, so he speaks like Indian. So then I did the first two auditions, and it went well. And then he was like, okay, cool. And then I was like, okay, cool. And then before I left, I said, एक minute, ये actually American है क्या? He said, हाँ. तो मैंने कहा कि he's actually like grown up in America. तो उसने कहा हाँ. तो I said, फिर उसका accent होगा ना? He said, हाँ, अगर कर सकते हो तो कर लो. So then I was like, okay, and I tried an accent, and this was it was natural to me because I had just come back from America and I have to
Yeah.
audition in America with American accents, right?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
certain characters. So I did it, and then Shehzad just like was silent for a second, and he's like, "Very good." I said, "Okay, thank you." And he said, "Yeah, ऐसे कैसे कर लेते हो?" And I was like, I mean, I've just come back, so there's that little bit of memory of muscle memory. He said,
Yeah.
"Very nice." And then after the next couple of days, they told me I was shortlisted, and then the next couple of days, they told me I had it, and I was very, very happy. It was my first role, and I finally had a break, and it was for Netflix, and it was with a director I really admire. So everything worked out.
So, I actually taking back to your answer about the accent, I wanted to ask, how did you maintain? Because okay, so how did you maintain the right balance between being real and being too, wannabe accent?
Yeah.
Because yours sounded pretty good. It didn't sound a wannabe, let me tell you. So, how did you maintain that? Like, how did you find the balance between that?
So I think honestly, it was hard on set because see, when you do accents, when you're acting, it takes a part of your focus,
Yeah, yeah,
and you only have, let's say you have 100%, like 20% goes there. So then you
yeah,
have to maximize the 80% into your acting and, into your mark and your light and, your lines and all. So I just tried, basically when I was on set, I tried to just speak in the accent. So to make it second nature, I made sure I knew all my lines by heart. I couldn't like go to set and then learn my lines. Like that was not happening. I didn't have the energy to do that. So my accent became muscle memory, lines became muscle memory, and then I tried to focus on the acting. And I think what helped was the fact that I had actually, done the accent in America. We had accent classes. We had teachers that kind of neutralized the Indian and brought the American up. And we learned the international phonetic alphabet and we learned how people speak. So I actually learned about 5, 6, 7 different accents, including the American one, including British, Irish, West Indian, whatever. So I had practice from that. And then when I just come back, it was still fresh in my memory. So it was very easy to go on set and just, the challenge was in the second season when I became a little bit more desi in life in general, to bring that back. So I would do my exercises, I'd do my tongue twisters, I'd go through lines, I'd say it over and over again. I'd record myself to make sure the accent stayed similar to season one. And the toughest part actually is switching from English to Hindi with the accent, because जब आप हिंदी बोलते हो तो आप the sounds are different in your mouth, your tongue moves differently, your lips
Yeah.
move differently, so that switch is like actually the difficult part. So
Yeah.
that sometimes threw me off.
Yeah. It should
um
flow in.
yeah, it should flow properly.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Nice. Can you tell us about, if you can, the difference between audition in the West and in India? Like, is there any difference? The way you approach it. Like, I'm very sure, like the acting and the craft is same, but then
Yeah. So the core of the process is the same, in that you're trying to see how an actor fits within the character of the skin and what they bring to the table. So that is the same. But
yeah,
the differences are, I think, in the West, they give you a lot less information about
yeah,
uh, how to approach a scene. They really want to see you come through. So they'll give you like they'll give you structured stuff, like the director, producer, writers. They'll give you information about the scene, and they'll give you the two scenes, and then you do it. And you go in the room and you tend not to ask that many questions. कि क्या हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है. They just want to see you.
yeah,
यहाँ पे they'll give you information, but sometimes they'll give you half information because some episodes are not written, or like it's still happening, or like they don't want to say कि इस platform पे है ये, उस platform पे है. So they just give you like some stuff, and then you go in the room, and then they will have said, by the way, sent you a 30-minute voice note or something like that, just going over the whole thing. Then you'll go in, and then they'll explain the whole thing to you again, and then they'll maybe act it out for you, and then they'll do it, and then once you do it once, they'll like adjust you many times. So like there's more effort put in into getting the right take over here, whereas over there it's like sab diya hai, jo bhi karna hai kar lo, and then make your best impression. And that being said, I feel like scene structure is similar here and there. यहाँ पे like there's more room to like be lenient, or like push
yeah.
an appointment, or do this, or test for this, or like do multiple things. And there it's like very structured. Like you get the agent handles every single thing, and
Flexibility is
um,
less.
yeah, it's very like organized, because I think it's a more mature industry also, because the country is gained independence earlier, so like it's had more time to structure and organize things. यहाँ पे like you can get the number of some guy and call him, and then like he's saying something else, and then someone else calls you directly, and like here there it goes through like stages, and it goes through levels, and
Yeah,
there's so many people that you have to organize them properly.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, Vihan, tell me, as you know, the emergence and the rise of web. Like for all the aspiring actors, do you think web has given more opportunities? Because earlier in India, it was just about leading men and leading women, and some supporting characters. The kind of writing, the kind of storytelling, the kind of characters, and just like Mismatched, each and every character is very well written. It's not just about this person or that person. It's about the story, and it's about characters. And like personally, I can say, every character is very beautifully carved out. Every character has a history. Every character has a backstory. It looks like every character has a backstory. So, do you feel it is because of web that this could happen in India?
Yeah, I think I mean I say this many times, and I'll say it again. I My entire career has been built on the web so far. All of the things I've done in India are on Netflix. So without that, I guess my body of work wouldn't exist. So I'm very grateful, of course. It's allowed people to tell stories that wouldn't sell, 50 crore, 100 crore, 150 crore at the box office,
Yeah,
because that requires certain things. Here, if you want to tell a heartfelt story about 8 kids and what they go through, you can, because we are allowed to.
yeah,
And people the content goes to the consumers that want it.
yeah,
They don't have to leave their home to see it.
yeah,
So I think that's very important. And I think also part of the fact that it's fleshed out so well is because we have writers who want to do that, who have
yeah,
that kind of approach. We have a director who takes on their writing and makes it and takes it to another level, and really makes sure that each person knows who they are. They're not just a token person, because in life no one is a token person.
yeah, yeah,
Everyone is their own person. So I
yeah,
think this whole naturalism, realism sort of thing really helps with web, because before it would be parallel cinema, and like just a
yeah.
couple of filmmakers and random
Commercial
things.
and parallel. Yeah.
Yeah, but so now it's parallel cinema is not I don't know what it is anymore, but the web has a lot of.
It's just the content now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, basically.
So, one interesting thing. So there is an app that they're building in Mismatch. We all have one thing. Yeah, kash, kash iski ek app aa jati, ya kash iski, because apps are essentially to make our lives easier. So is there any app that anything for which you feel you want to build an app so that yaar, ye kam aasan ho gaya, at least I can do it on app? Have you ever thought about it?
Yeah, I feel like I had an app that I wanted to. So before Shazam existed, I wish I made Shazam, but now they
Yeah,
have it.
yeah.
Uh, there was also this thing called Soundhound or something like around the same time. It was the same time that the couple of them released. And I was like, shit, I was gonna make it. Uh, and then I think I just hope there's like an app that can find like the best ramen in your area and point you to that direction. Because right now I just go into stores and I'm like, ye hai, theek hai, ye hai, theek hai, ye hai. But there has to be like a ramen directory of kahan pe kahan milta hai, so that I can go and scout and get the best ones.
You're a ramen fan.
Yeah, I love ramen.
Nice, nice.
It's not like the healthiest habit, but it's so tasty.
We have guilty pleasures. We all
Yeah,
have. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. My last question before we move on to our next, quick question answer round.
Hmm.
Just like mismatch, there ever been a situation, कभी life में कोई भी ऐसी situation आई हो जब पे, where you have thought, यार ये बड़ा mismatch हो गया, कुछ गड़बड़ हो गई है. Has there been anything of that sort?
Yeah, on dates that didn't work out, or awkward,
Multiple.
awkward. Yeah, sometimes multiple. I hate to
Yeah.
say it, but there were multiple. Just just sometimes you meet a person and you crack a joke and then they don't get it, and then you're like, मैं explain करूँ या फिर move on करूँ? And so that's like those situations I feel like. And then I feel like with my clothes sometimes I try out new things, then I look in the mirror and I'm like, ये क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं? छोड़ देता हूँ. Black t-shirt jeans वो पहन ले.
Yeah, and there are sometimes there are clothes that you feel जब try करते हैं तब अच्छे लगते हैं मगर घर पे आके अच्छे नहीं लगते हैं वो.
Yeah, bro. Honestly,
Nice.
just stylists just make my life easier because they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your Instagram pictures are really amazing. I was going through your Instagram and some great clicks, some great combination styling, and they're really good. So your stylist is actually doing a great job.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank them for deciding to style me. I needed help.
Quickly, okay. So we'll move on to our next section. There are very few questions. A couple of questions where I'll simply ask your choice, and they're very basic questions.
Okay.
So let's start.
Let's start.
Okay. Are you a Twitter person or an Instagram person?
Instagram.
Why?
I've got 2 tweets of my original in the past month where I've decided I'll try to see and put up my thoughts on Twitter, but then I forget about the app and I realize कि Instagram पे pictures डाल सकते हैं, तो I go back.
Yeah. Web shows or movies?
Web shows.
Yeah, of course.
For
Like
me,
you said,
to watch,
to watch.
personally, web shows. Yeah, web shows. But I'd like to be in movies. Would be nice.
Of course, as an actor, you want you would want to be on every platform that has
Yeah.
good content and good reach.
Yeah.
I understand. Coffee person or a chai person?
Chai.
Oh, nice. Same here. Day or night?
Night.
Night. Most creative people I've seen, they are nocturnal.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I like to sleep around 4:30 a.m. and then wake up by noon. I think I avoid a lot of the honking and the buzz and the heat if I sleep later in the day. And then रात में मतलब it's quieter, it's cooler, people are asleep, there's a calm vibe happening.
Yeah, yeah. Cats or dogs?
Dogs. But I also love cats, honestly. Like people say like, are you a cat or dog person? But I would keep both. I keep one cat, one.
Both have different characteristics, no? Like cat is
Yeah.
something, you live and let live kind of a person.
Yeah. I'll keep a cat until I'm ready for a dog. Then I'll keep both.
Nice. So I got to know that you also have tried your hand or still do stand-up comedy, right? Comedy
Sometimes.
sketches.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah. So stand-up or acting?
Acting.
Okay. So what is it about stand-up comedy? Are you still into it? Like, do you want to pursue
Well, I
that
mean,
as well?
I've done a couple of stand-up gigs in the US, and then I came here and I did a theater piece at Prithvi House called
Hmm.
This Is US,
Hmm.
where I did a 10-minute sort of monologue stand-up piece about India and the US relations. And basically, what I've realized is, stand-up comedy obviously takes a lot of time and effort and skill to
Yeah.
master, like any other field, like acting. And I simply haven't given it enough time it deserves to be like really, really good at it. And it's a different sort of skill set from acting, like crowd work and presence and improv. It's a lot of improv and qu- uh, quickness of mind, presence of
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
So if I really want to focus on it properly, I'll have to like dive deep into it.
Yeah.
It's nice to do shows like this once in a while, but my focus will always be acting, and my purpose will always be acting, and that's what I love and I enjoy.
Lastly, Team Dimple or Team Rishi?
Team Dimple or Team Rishi? I would have to say Team Dimple. I'm obligated to say it because of Harsh's
I
ask.
saw yeah, I saw the 1 minute a video that has come out.
Yeah.
So we'll move back to one question I have is, so like as you said, you've tried your hand into stand-up comedy, which requires writing as well because it's your own piece. It comes from within, right? So have you ever considered of writing also apart from acting? Writing a script or writing a stuff, be it a short video or whatsoever, but writing when it comes.
Yeah. I think a lot of creative people also like writing their own stuff because they have an eye for what is catches your attention, what pops, and what is funny and what is dramatic. So I do write from time to time. It's not consistent. It's not my focus every single day like acting is. Maybe one day I will write or direct something of my own. But right now I'm very very much focused on being the best actor I can possibly be. And I mean, for This Is Us, that thing we did at Prithvi House, I wrote the entire monologue, and with Akarsh's help, we fleshed it out into a proper, punchy 10 minutes. So from time to time, if opportunities arise, I do it.
Cool. Then this brings us to the end of our conversation. It was amazing talking to you,
It was great to talk to you, man.
Vihaan. So any last thoughts that you have for your fans, for the audience, and for the fans of Mismatched?
Check it out. Please watch it. I hope you like it. I hope it lives up to your expectations. And if you liked it, dude, put a comment on Instagram or Twitter. I'll get more active on Twitter.
Yeah.
Just tell me what you think. Send me a message. Feel free. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you so much, Vihaan, and all the very best, all the very, very best for your show for Mismatched. And we are all eager to see, what unfolds in season 2 and what your character, has to offer.
Thanks, man.